Today, we're diving deep into an ancient vision, one recorded centuries before the events it describes actually happened. It's a wild, symbolic prophecy from the book of Daniel, full of strange beasts locked in a massive struggle for power. It's a puzzle that totally baffled the prophet himself, and now we're going to decode it together. I mean, just listen to that imagery. A goat moving so fast it doesn't even touch the ground. Wow. This is not some simple bedtime story. It's a dense, symbolic prophecy, and every single detail in it has a specific meaning. It's a vision that, as we'll see, unfolds with absolutely stunning historical accuracy. So, what's this all about, right? You've got this powerful ram with two horns, a flying goat that just shatters it, and then this little horn that grows into a terrifying power. Daniel himself was so shaken up by it, he couldn't figure it out. That is, until the angel Gabriel showed up to give him the play-by-play. So let's follow that same path and unlock this ancient code. Okay, first things first. We need to get a clear picture of exactly what Daniel saw. The sequence of events is really strange, but it's also incredibly specific, and that's the key to understanding the whole thing. So this sequence is bizarre, but it's precise. It all starts with a powerful ram. Then, out of nowhere, this goat with one giant horn comes flying in and just completely destroys the ram. But then, right at the peak of its power, that horn snaps off. And in its place, four smaller horns sprout up. From one of those, a final little horn emerges, and it grows into this monstrous, persecuting force. Now, it sounds like pure fantasy, I know, but as we're about to see, it maps onto real history with chilling precision. All right, let's start decoding this thing. The first piece of our puzzle is that powerful ram that kicks off the whole vision. The vision is very specific here. It says the ram has two horns, but one grew up higher than the other and it came up last. So what does that represent? And you know what? The text just comes right out and tells us the ram is the Medo-Persian Empire. The symbolism of the horns is what makes this so incredibly precise. You see, the Medes were the first power. But then the Persians, under Cyrus the Great, rose up later and became way more dominant. One horn higher than the other, that came up last. It's a perfect historical fit. Okay, so if the ram is Medo-Persia, what about that furious goat from the west? The one moving so fast it doesn't even touch the ground. Let's figure that out. This is the power that completely shatters the Medo-Persian Empire. The vision really zeroes in on its incredible speed and that single great horn that's leading the charge. Well, that goat is the Greek Empire, and that great horn, well, that's none other than its very first king, Alexander the Great. And that whole not touching the ground thing, it's a metaphor for the mind-blowing speed of his conquest. This guy didn't just march, he absolutely blitzed across the ancient world. And this timeline just shows you how ridiculously fast it all happened. In 334 BC, Alexander gets his first major win. Just 1 year later, boom, he crushes the main Persian army. And by 331 BC, it's game over. He's destroyed the last Persian force. In just a few short years, he completely dismantled the mighty Persian Empire. The vision's description was no exaggeration at all. But then the vision takes a really sharp turn. It says the great horn was broken, right at the peak of its strength. I mean, what could possibly break a power as great as Alexander? And history gives us the shocking answer. Alexander the Great, conqueror of the known world, died suddenly of a fever. He was only 33 years old. He was at the absolute height of his power, and he left behind no legitimate heir to take over this massive empire he'd built. The great horn was, indeed, broken. So what happened next? Chaos, right? Well, the vision was explicit. From that one broken horn, 4 new horns would rise up. Alexander's kingdom wasn't passed down, it was shattered into pieces. And here they are. After years of brutal infighting, the empire was carved up by 4 of his top generals: Cassander, Lysimachus, Ptolemy, and Seleucus. Now, the crucial point here is that the vision didn't just predict a broken kingdom, it predicted the exact number of powers that would rise up to take its place. 4. Incredible. This brings us to the final, and frankly, the most sinister part of the whole vision. It says that out of one of those 4 kingdoms, a little horn would emerge and grow into a tyrannical, blasphemous power that would attack God's people. So, after all this unbelievable historical accuracy, who is this final figure? Who is the villain of this prophetic story? His name was Antiochus IV, a king from the Seleucid Empire. Yep, one of the four horns. And get this, the name he gave himself was Epiphanes, which literally means God manifest. This guy's ego was off the charts. He didn't just want to be king, he saw himself as a god on earth, the human version of Zeus, and he demanded that people worship him. Antiochus's ego was legendary, but it led to this moment of absolute humiliation. He was trying to conquer Egypt when he was confronted by a Roman general. When Antiochus tried to stall for time, the general drew a circle in the sand around him and delivered this epic line. Humiliated and furious at being put in his place by Rome, Antiochus retreated and decided to vent all his rage on a much softer target, Jerusalem. And what he did next fulfilled the vision perfectly. He unleashed a reign of terror. He banned the core practices of the Jewish faith. If you were caught observing the Sabbath, it was a death sentence. He burned their secret scriptures, and in the ultimate act of defilement, he stormed the Holy Temple in Jerusalem, set up an altar to Zeus, and sacrificed a pig on it. A profound, calculated insult to their entire faith. So let's just recap. The ram was Medo-Persia, the goat Alexander's Greece. The broken horn was his sudden death. The four new horns were his four generals. And the little horn was the tyrannical Antiochus Epiphanes. Every single piece lines up. This ancient, bizarre vision laid out a detailed roadmap of history hundreds of years before it happened. And it really makes you wonder, if the past can be foretold with such clarity, what does that say about the patterns that just might be shaping our own future?